I'm so bored. I wish I had something to do. Thanks for letting me sleep in, kids. If you make a mess in the kitchen, please let me know so I can clean it up. Raising kids is so easy. I just love driving around all day. Oh, I never have to repeat myself. They always listen so carefully. Oh, look. An empty box of cereal. Love it. Just wipe it on your sleeve. It's pretty cold, but you don't need a coat. Oh, you don't have to push in your chair. Don't make your bed. You're just gonna sleep in it again later. I think I'll skip the coffee today. You know, these throw pillows look way better on the floor. I'm really not that busy. Well, you haven't showered in 3 days, but I think you smell great. We do have food at home, but let's just go out to eat. Just brush your teeth whenever you feel like it. Here, take my phone charger and go put it in your room. Oh, just leave your dirty dishes on the counter. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. All right, let's all pull out our phones. Youth sports are so cheap. Braces are so cheap. School fees are so cheap. Hey, can you come crawl in bed with me around 2 a.m.? Thanks. Okay, I just spent 2 hours making dinner, but if you don't like it, that's fine. Just let me know and I'll make you something else. Don't even bother looking for that. I'm sure it's lost and gone forever. Can somebody please throw something at my head? I mean, I can keep track of every single one of your things. I get a ton of sleep. I get a ton of gratitude from my children. I get a ton of unsolicited help with the housework. Oh, you don't have to hurry up. We're gonna be right on time. Can someone please throw something at the TV? Thanks for doing the laundry, everyone. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you use your outside voice? Fight, fight, fight! The floor of this vehicle is so clean, I can't believe it. Oh, good. Another trip to the grocery store today. Let's go. Hey, I'm gonna hop in the shower. Does somebody want to come use the bathroom while I'm in here?
You know, it's worthless to go to church. Wow. I'm glad my mom never said, no, son, God was just kidding. With what you've just done, there's no such thing as forgiveness. I'm glad that that mom's never said, God doesn't care. He's too busy. You got too many problems. So I'm thrilled today to share something, a very simple passage of scripture. And so listen up, both moms and anyone who's ever been birthed by a mom. This message is for you. God cares for you. So I'll say it again. Hey, happy Mother's Day for those who are in the room today who happen to be mothers. We're grateful for you. We're grateful that you chose to partner with God to give life. Hey, let's just cut to the chase. Mother's Day is a very emotional day. And so for many of us, we would like to be able to call a mom who's no longer with us. And so we have thoughts of great love, and we reflect and we miss them. For some of us, moms may not have been very good. Our home was hard. There were difficult issues. And so the emotion of when you talk about good moms never comes to you. It's just hard, and you don't have anything good that's associated with that. Some of you long to be a mom, and you've not been able to conceive. You've not been able to share in that partnership. So there's a lot of emotion in the room today. But I would tell you this, God has a word for each one of us. Man, woman, young, old, mom, and those who are not moms. And I'm grateful for that. Welcome to Wellspring Church. We've already had a wonderful time. I've told you a lot about our church. I would just say this. We're committed to introducing people to Christ, the wellspring of life. In the desert where there's water, there's life. And anytime you need to drink, Jesus says he's a wellspring that will never run dry. So come and thirst and bring your thirst to him, and he will fill you, and he will answer the desires of your heart and to get you close to him. We want you to know him. We're not about a denomination, a building, or a bumper sticker. We want you to walk with the living Savior, Jesus Christ. Man, your life will be fulfilled. He is that living water. He will satisfy your soul, and you will grow until he calls you home to heaven. And so welcome to Wellspring Church. I'd love to be your pastor. We've got some membership classes coming up the end of this month and the first of next month. If you're interested in that, you can go to our website. There's a way you can click. Those watching online, you can respond, hey, count me in. Reserve my spot. All that's for free. We're going to have a reception in a couple of weeks just to get you an opportunity to get to know us a bit. And then a couple weeks after that, we want to get to know you. And we welcome you to be part of Wellspring Church. All right. I could have called this message Overcoming Worry, but I didn't. Here's the passage that we're going to look at today. Very simple yet very profound. 1 Peter 5:7. It's on our screen. You want to look it up in your scripture. Cast all your anxiety, cast all your worry on him because he cares for you. A simple message. Just give God all your worry. Give God all the cares of your heart. Why? He cares for you. Over the last 4 or 5 weeks, I've been teaching a series called Overcoming and the Power of the Resurrection. We celebrated Easter a month ago, and Jesus rose from the grave to prove that he was God, to prove that he had the ability to forgive our sin, prove that someday he would take us home, prove that all of those things. But he also said, I've overcome the grave so that you can overcome life. He says this in the Gospel of John. In this world, there's a lot of trouble. Anybody in the room disagree with that? Anybody would agree, man, my life has had challenges. I mean, life is hard. And so Jesus says, in this world, you're going to have trouble, but I want you to take heart. Here's why. I have overcome. I have overcome the world, and I'm going to give you the power to overcome as well. Part of that is don't give up. I'm with you. I'm for you, and I'm capable. And so this overcoming sense of, man, I can overcome fear. I can overcome doubt. I can overcome bitterness. I can overcome failure. Today, I can overcome worry. And man, over the last 15 months, I would say that most moms have had a boatload of things to say, wow, there's a lot on my plate today, and worry is right at the top of the list. And so moms, if we could set aside a day, and any of us would set aside a day and say, wow, if we took care of every single thing today and gave you the greatest gift, ... you've got a couple hours left. You still need to run and get flowers, candy, something for mothers and Mother's Day. You can still do that. But if you could say, man, here's a gift we want to give moms, it would be a day with no worry. We can't buy that for you, but God can give it to you. And every single one of us in the room. No worries. No anxiety over your kids' well-being. No financial concerns, safety, or work. No concerns about other relationships. No concerns or worry about your value, your worth, your identity. No concerns about aging or health challenges or your personal value to life and those around you. No concerns, no worries about the past. Nothing's paralyzing you, nothing about the future. It's not holding you back. I didn't mention all the unknowns that we've all walked through for the last 15 months. I mean, COVID put a magnifying glass on everything. Every day had unknowns. They just kept piling up, and no one carried that more than moms. Man, are we supposed to wear masks today or not? What's going to happen because we're isolated? Gosh, what about all the birthdays? We're not going to be able to celebrate. People can't come to our home. What about all the missed celebrations? What about the wedding we've been planning for years? Our daughter, our son. All of that's been missed. And the inability to share sorrows, to just hold hands, to hug someone near you. All of that over the last 15 months has had a lot of anxiety, a lot of weight, a lot of heaviness. And so today I would tell you this, cast your cares upon the Lord. He cares for you. What does that mean? Cast your cares upon the Lord. Wow, how does God care? Here's a couple of things that jumps off. He comforts. God comforts. In Isaiah 66, listen to the words as the prophet Isaiah is inspired of God, these living, breathing words. As one whom his mother comforts, so I will comfort you. He's talking about his covenant people, the nation of Israel, and you and I. I will comfort you, says the Lord. You shall be comforted in Jerusalem. You know, comfort is described in the dictionary as a physical state of ease. It's a freedom from pain or constraint. So God is encouraging mothers and all of us today. When you feel tired, when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel exhausted. Man, at times like this, we've all felt that. No one's exempt from that. No one in the last 15 months is exempt from, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. No one's exempt from being worried about, will we have enough money? What's going to happen with my job? Hey, am I going to have enough energy to keep going? All of us experience that. And the Lord would say, look, I want to bring comfort. And he uses a metaphor, an image of a mother. Why? And moms are great at comfort. Moms understand that more than others. Man, let's face it. When you needed comfort as a child, or even perhaps today, who do you go to? Mom or dad? All right, let's do a little show of hands here. When you needed comfort, who did you go to? Mom? Raise your hand. Dad, raise your hand. I mean, I remember as a child, hey, I got a bicycle. We always had bicycle races in our neighborhood. That was just how part of boys becoming men. You had to show your stuff all the time. If you didn't get in a fight, you were in a bicycle race. It was just part of the neighborhood I grew up in. And I remember coming home one day and I crashed my bike. If you've ever crashed your bike, you know this. The first thing is you put your hands out when you know you're going down. So, my hand is completely raw. I put my elbow down the ground. I had an old scrape from some, ball injury or something, so the blood is dripping off my elbow. My finger is not moving in this direction. It's going that direction. And so I can remember walking up to my father and I'm saying, I think I'm hurt, hoping for a little comfort. And he said, come here, let me take a look at that. And as I'm walking over, here's what he did. He walked right by me. He says, is the bicycle okay? Perhaps you had someone that when you needed comfort, maybe they didn't quite answer that. They said this, hey, suck it up. There's gonna be a lot of times in life you fall. Life is full of falling. Really? I'm looking for a little comfort here. What about, hey, hold on, hey, the old days. Here's a quarter, go call someone who cares. I do remember my uncle saying to my cousin, hey, come here. He'd smash his finger when we were out playing. He says, hey, come here. He said, show me both hands. And so one of them's bleeding though, and he grabs it and he grabs a hammer. And he says, look, I'm gonna smash this finger, I promise you. You'll never worry about this one again. He didn't do that, but you understand, man, there's so many ways. You know what moms do? When you walk up and you're crying and you're bleeding, you know what a mom does? Man, you get the hug, the mom hug. Man, mom just cares for you. She doesn't care if you got blood on her outfit. She doesn't care about any of this stuff. Most of the time, hey, babe, tell me what happened. What's going on? Oh, man, you're going to be okay. Hey, let me take a look at it. Hey, I'll nurture it. I'll wipe this thing off. Hey, maybe we got something we can eat right here. Those cookies you wanted 2 hours ago, she wouldn't let you touch. You come home bleeding, you get one of those cookies, man. That's how it works on Mom's Day. Moms understand comfort, and they give comfort. Listen to some of this from recent surveys. You know, moms are 90% more likely to be the one to have a conversation about when someone very special to your heart becomes a jerk because they broke up with you. You have a conversation with your mom. You don't go to your dad in middle school, high school, college, beyond. Moms, they're the one 100% of the time up at 2 a.m. rocking the baby. Moms, they're 85% more likely to stop and actually have a meal when you need a conversation. They're 70% more likely to talk to you about God, is what all of us in the survey responded. And you know what? This is a given. Moms never forget a birthday. Some of you know this. 7 kids. They tell me, hey, tell me, I got all my kids' names. I know their names. You ask what their birthdays are, I'm close. I'm close. I don't always get the right year, maybe the right day. Moms get it 100% of the time. I mean, they're like the IRS. They know all your numbers, man. But you can imagine, if you've carried a life inside you for 10 months, your brain registers, I know every single thing about the time. And if you ask them, they'll tell you every single thing about that moment. Woo, moms give comfort. Motherhood's a calling. Man, it's a blessing. It does come with challenges, so let me encourage moms today. Look up. Cast your cares on the Lord. He cares for you. Look up. So looking around at all the challenges and all the things that don't make sense and all the pieces that don't quite fit together, and instead of hoping that they all, no, they're not. This life's not perfect. Just stop and look up. 2 Corinthians 13 is a word for all of us. Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of mercies, and He's the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our afflictions, so that we may be able to comfort those who are in any affliction with the comfort with which we ourselves are comforted by God. Man, let God comfort you today. Man or woman, mother or not, if you've got burdens, let God comfort you. And I would just remind you, Mom, God cares for you. Man, you are special in His eye. Here's the second thing. God gives strength. Man, there's so many days you need strength. You wonder if we're going to have enough energy to get out of bed and care for all those people that are crying for you. All right, 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9 and 10. It's on our screen. But He said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly of my weakness, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. For the sake of Christ, then, I am content with weakness, insults, hardships, persecutions, calamities. For when I'm weak, I am strong. A couple of things jump out of this passage. God says, my strength is going to be perfected in your weakness. Man, no one's better at this than women and moms. You know, men, we have trouble gaining strength from the Lord because we won't declare our weakness. We live in our pride. We live in our own strength. We don't ever let anybody. And so a lot of times we don't have victory because we've never said, God, I can't do this on my own. I need your strength. You know what moms do? They just start praying in the middle of the sentence. Man, I need, God help me. And they're so much easier. They're better at understanding, I'm not going to be able to do this. I can't handle all these kids and potentially a husband and potentially parents I'm caring for and things that are going on at the work and things that are going on at home. God help me. And they pray all the time. Women are so much better at understanding in our weakness is when God's strength becomes the greatest. And many of us can learn today from mothers who modeled that. The power of Christ rests upon you. If I were going to take a survey here, I wonder how many people worshiping online, worshiping in the room that would say, without a doubt, there's one person who was the image of Christ more than anybody else in my life, and it was my mom. A mom, firm with discipline, consistent, but always full of grace. Forgiveness always granted again and again and again. Forever loving unconditionally. That sure looks like a lot of power and presence of Christ. The image of Christ. Wow. The power of Christ rests upon you. Thank you to my wife who models that in my home for 7 children. Thank you to my mom, to my mother-in-law for modeling Christ. I got to be with my mom yesterday. Love you, Mom. It's great to see you. If you're watching online for the second or third time, I hope the sermon keeps getting better. All right. Here's a gift today. I want to give you a couple of exercises. You know, the last thing a mom wants on a Mother's Day is exercises, but I think these will probably work. I hope you get some gifts today, most of all time with people that you love, maybe a call or a card if your kids are able to do that. Here's some things, and because it's your day, you don't have to take all of them. Just choose the ones you want. You can choose one, you can choose none. Here's the first exercise. Yell it out. Mom, this is your day. You get a chance to yell if you want. Yell it out. I was reading a series of articles called The Primal Scream. Listen to this. A group of people in New Jersey, a group of moms during the pandemic said, we're going to set up a phone line. It's got a voicemail, and all we want is moms to call in, and anything that they want to yell about, they can. They just get a free moment to yell. They just get to get it all off the chest. Get it all out. Moms, we're always telling our kids, stop, settle down. This is your moment to shut the door and just, So listen to what happened. Hundreds of women responded with shouts and cries and guttural yells and lots of expletives. Even moms. Listen to a couple of these ladies. Decatur Brown, age 41. With everything going on, I just don't have time to take care of my mental health. I have to keep it all together for everyone else. I feel like a time bomb that's ticking. It's constantly being pushed to the breaking point, but then I'm able to diffuse myself. Oh, goodness, this is taxing. Listen to Elise, age 30, from Gilbert, Arizona. I don't know how to feel sane again. I'm just stuck in this position for only God knows how long. Mother of 2, all under the age of 4. Wow. Here's what I'd say to moms today, and perhaps anyone that will listen. Don't be silent. When you have worry, when you have concern, man, yell those out to the Lord. The Psalms is full of David's the psalmist who cry out to the Lord, and the Lord said, I can handle it. I can even handle it when you curse. Man, I understand all this anger and this pain and this doubt. Just yell it out. And perhaps you just need to get in the mirror and get it all out. Don't hold it in. Silence, isolation is not good. Community and being able to voice is a good thing. Perhaps one of your exercises today is just let all that out. Here's the second one, and it's a signature part of our message today. Cast your cares upon God. Give them to God. Give all of your cares to God. Give all of these worries, worry, doubt, pain, fatigue, stress, guilt. There are lots of people in the room who feel guilt over the last 15 months and perhaps for a long time. A group called the Pew Research Team surveyed about 10,000 moms, and here's what they began to understand. Mothers, especially in America, feel an acute tension around balancing their roles and their responsibilities. Being a parent, potentially a wife. Being at home, having a job at work, going to school, helping kids manage their school. Wow. Moms feel like they're encouraged to stay home, potentially start homeschooling, and also joyfully embrace motherhood as their sole priority, even though more than 50% of every woman in America is working. There's two-parent households with kids, blending families, lots going on. Mom guilt is a new term. It's a real issue, particularly in the lives of Christian moms. You're not exempt because you're a follower of Christ. God designed us to nurture and care for our children, but many of us work outside of the home and out of the specific calling or out of a necessity for both. That was an anonymous mom quote in one of these articles. Here's three ladies. I want you just to listen. So ladies, listen to Jana Magruder. She's the director of Lifeway Kids. We use some of their material when we do Wellspring Kids to teach biblical instruction, spiritual development of a child. Here's what she said. My advice for Christian moms who experience this tension of balancing all these roles, responsibilities, embrace the fact that the two can coexist. You can be a godly, nurturing mom. You can work outside the home. You can be in relationship with others. They all can coexist. Perhaps you resonate with Megan. Listen to Megan Oldfield. She's a mom and a worship leader. Living in this tension between dying to self and practicing self-care is incredibly hard. And it's guilt-inducing at times. How do I keep it all up? How do I do this as a mom? Well, I think both are required in order to do mothering well. Listen to Erin Smalley. She works for Focus on the Family. She says this, Christian mothers who work outside the home may still maintain a bulk of household chores. They try to be the perfectionist mom, kind of that Pinterest mom where everything lines up and all the images look great in your house. They also are doing kids' classes. They strive to steward their kids' spiritual development. Here's what often moms feel guilty about. Besides the pressure of work and life and balance, here's the pressure of wondering, am I teaching my child everything I know about my faith? Perhaps that's you. And here's what she said. Although we have a resource, God, the Holy Spirit, to strengthen us, there's still worry. There's still anxiety. I pray for you. But let me remind you what the Lord would say. Cast your cares, your worries upon the Lord. He cares for you. Here's the last exercise, Mom. Just sit there for a minute and listen. I just want you to listen. And I hope you have a child that says this to you. Any of the adults in the room who mentor through school, through work, you're involved in just developing people, much like a mom is developed in her home. I want you just to listen. Consider all the time what you've already given. And once again, thank you, Mom. Thank you to my mom and mother-in-law. You've given time. You gave me constantly, day and night. You were an example. You lived a life that was consistent and dependable. You gave support. You always were the one encouraging and challenging to do better. You gave humor. It was perfectly quick and it lifted the moment. You gave counsel. It was always so wise, even when it was quiet. You were humble. You were always genuine. You were gracious. Thank you, Mom. You gave great insights. Your thoughts were keen, astute, honest. You were flexible. You always put your life on hold. You were patient. You were joyful. You gave a lot of sacrifices. The countless times that you gave of yourself, they're not going to be forgotten. You gave faith. Your relationship with the Lord was solid. It was secure. All the kids in your home see that. You also gave hope. You always radiated a ceaseless, indestructible confidence. There is a God. He'll take care of us. Let's trust him. And you gave love. The greatest power in the world, love. Deep, devoted love. So, for the moms in the room, I will say this. Stay after it, Mom. It's not an easy job. But cast your cares on the Lord. He cares for you. Don't give up. Stay after it. Keep praying, knowing that God answers our prayers. Whatever your anxiety might be, cast your cares on the Lord, for he cares for you. Let me pray for you now.